Hi guys, welcome back to Harry Makes It Up. Today I thought I would do another makeup tutorial, and I think I will do another tried and tested the following video. So just to give you guys an idea of where we're up to. As you guys know, I've been really enjoying experimenting again with my own makeup and kind of documenting the process. And today I just really want to play with pink eyeshadow. I feel like I've done it a lot on shoots for editorials. I've seen a resurgence of it back on the runway again. Not that I'm ever personally inspired necessarily by trends, but just a little kind of background info for you there. Yeah, I just really want to play with pink today. So my hair's kind of half wet, half dry. So let's give myself some curtains. So yeah, again, natural lighting, not sure what to expect with that, but we will do our best. I'm going to start prepping my skin with some Murad Age Reform Perfecting Day Cream with SPF 30. Just really trying to get better at remembering to use my SPFs all the time at the minute. And I'm not always the best at that, so let's see how we get on. So for my base, I'm going to start with Make Beauty. This is the Soft Focus Foundation. I've been absolutely loving this. I feel like the nozzle needs a bit of improvement. That's my only criticism with this. But I feel like this much will be absolutely plenty. And I'm loving the Chanel makeup brushes at the minute. This is one of the travel size ones. Now, again, this may make me go a little bit too pale. I'm not sure. I feel like I'm that awkward in-between stage with foundation at the minute where I definitely feel like certain foundations are becoming too pale already for me. So whenever I go for a run outside, basically, I feel like literally just going outside once or twice makes the difference between my foundation shades sometimes. But I just love the finish of this one. It's got a nice dewy look. Really pretty. So I'm just building the coverage kind of where I need it. And this brush is just lovely. It's got like a nice angle on it. So it's really good for just kind of getting around the nose, under the eyes. So then I'm going to put a bit of the NARS Pro Prime Smudge Proof eyeshadow base, the one with the longest name in the world, over my eyelids, because I'm going to kind of show you how I would do pink eyeshadow. And I think especially like super pigmented pink eyeshadows sound like they would be great, and obviously they are great, but if you want to just kind of do a wash of pink and you don't want it to get too full on too quickly, I'm going to show you the products that I like to use because they actually make it easier to build up gradually, so you can kind of choose your intensity without it going kind of too full on straight away. And I think that gives you the chance to see how the product's looking as you wear it. So for brows, I've got a new favourite. This is by NYX actually, and I love the packaging. It's got this really nice like slender sort of end with the colour. And you get a spoolie. So I have just plucked my eyes before starting to film, which probably not the best idea, but it's got to be done, hasn't it guys? So I'm just going to give, I quite like it if you can see it like near my skin. It's kind of like a square, but I find this is just so good for like very rough filling in. And the colours that NYX do in their eyebrow pencils are just amazing. This one I think is ash brown. Yeah, ash brown. So really good, cool toned. I find it just a great one, nice and easy to use. So you can see as I just fill in, it's really easy. And you get a lot of control, but it's also kind of like a good one for in a rush, very similar to my Hourglass ones that I love. Now, I mentioned eyeshadow, so there are so many ways, guys, you can wear pink on the lids. Pearls look lovely, mattes look lovely. Liquid lipstick is a great way if you want a real stain is great. Similar to how I've worn like the Glossier cloud paints are great on the eyelids. If you want it really subtle, like I said, with a liquid lipstick, you can really build the intensity. What I'm going to use today is actually blushes. Now, these are from Zoeva. And I just thought these would be really pretty pinks to play with. They're not so blue toned because obviously you could go more candy pink, also looks awesome. I'm kind of feeling this kind of tone with my skin at the minute. So this is the one I'm going to start to apply with. So I've just come a little bit closer, and the two brushes I'm using, you can see I've got one flat one and one kind of domed one. Both again from Chanel. Absolutely loving these eyeshadow brushes. And I'm going to go in with this, it's like a peachy pink really, I would say. And I'm actually going to start with the softer brush first and just start to sweep it through the crease first. So pretty. And I just find if you do this with a blusher and you want it kind of like a soft wash, you just get a little bit more control and you're going to build the colour a lot slower, so it makes it a lot less intimidating. I know for some people they're going to just want really intense colour straight away, which obviously if you feel you have the confidence, go for that straight away. Just see, it's such a cool colour, I love it. So it's quite a peachy pink, almost like slightly neon pink. I just love this as an eyeshadow, so cool. And there's no fall down, anything like that. Obviously I'll go back to doing my concealer in a bit. And I actually find with this I can kind of just do it all with the soft brush. I thought I was going to need to kind of pack it with this one. So you definitely could go a bit more intense and use like a flat brush to get more pigment on the lid if you wanted to. Oh my god, I'm loving this, it's so cool. And then just go back in with this one just to buff any edges. And I'm not really doing a shape as such, I'm kind of just making it wash out to like a really nice soft wash. So I'm giving a really good curl because I am going to be using a lot of mascara. So mascara I'm going to use has become a new firm favourite of mine. It is the Monsieur Big Lancome mascara, which a lot of people have been going on about. I can't really wear it on my bottom lashes, that's the only thing I will say, but because of how amazing it looks, I can get away with it on my top lashes. So to offset this bright pink, you need really intense black lashes. I mean, if I could be bothered, you could even like fill in with some individuals. But I think there's something very effortless about just quite full on. You could go as far as clumpy lashes, but just really, really intense volume. Lots at the root, so I just feel like, oh, this mascara is amazing. So you can see, compared to my other eye already, it just gives massive intensity. And it's one of those mascaras that's like good straight away. It doesn't take like a week to get good, or so good. So lots of mascara. I mean, I would go as far to say this mascara is like the nearest I can get to like a false lash effect with my eyelashes. It is super, super impressive. So absolutely loving that. So I'm going to take a bit of the Milk concealer. I'm going to do a few dots around the nose as well, and I'm just going to work that in with my fingers because I do like this a lot with fingers. And let's just brighten that under eye area, which again is really going to just like offset the pink really nicely. What I'm going to do though, before I go any further, is take another one of these beautiful Chanel brushes and this gorgeous highlighter from Dior, which is slightly pink toned. I'm just going to pop a little bit of that on the inner corner of my eye. Just to give it a little lift, like super, super subtle, because I'm not going to do anything, no eyeshadow kind of under the eye. So that's as much highlighter as I'm going to do there. And I am going to do some mascara on the bottom, but I actually think I want to do a different mascara. I'm going to use my trusty Bourjois one on the bottom because this does not budge on me, which is really, really nice. So I'm just going to do a little bit on the bottom lashes to balance the look. Like just, you could even take a bit of the excess off in a tissue because I don't really want the bottom lashes to look too heavy. Sort of just like that, just the littlest bit of kind of featheriness on the lashes. So I kind of feel like for cheeks I want to bring a bit of bronze in because this feels like a summery kind of look. Say summery, that's a bit ambitious, like a spring inspired look. So I'm going to use Make Depot in bronze, and I think this is nice for you guys to see this kind of in daylight as well. So it's quite a stiff cream, but because of that I feel like it really hangs around, kind of stays put well. So we're just going to use that on the cheek, which is going to give us a little bit of kind of a gloss against the matte eye as well. You see what I mean? It's just such a pretty product. And you can keep layering, you can kind of really build, you can really build to the intensity you want. And I just like to kind of warm it in with my fingers. So for lips, I think I'm gonna go with one of these lipsticks from Urban Decay. This is one of the Vice ones, I believe. Urban Decay Stark Naked Comfort Matte Lipstick. This could be a bit too brown. I'm gonna try it and we'll see. Oh, it's quite browny. Cute though. I then want to take a bit of this Pinch of Colour Honey Bar Mortarless Stick, which I've been loving. This is just such a pretty highlighter. And again, it's just going to give a little bit more kind of glow to the skin. Very, very spring appropriate. How pretty is that? So nice. Just to give a little bit more shine. And we'll bring that into the nose. Bring it into the lip, because why not? That always looks nice and fresh. Just come a little bit closer so you guys can see. Just pat that in. Just add a tiny bit of pink. I'm going to use this Pinch of Colour Healthy Lips Waterless Lip Oil in Berry Bite, which is kind of like a gloss but with a little bit of, just going to dab. There we go, just to take some of that brown out. I actually quite like a bit of a glossy lip as well with the pink eye. And just dabbing it. That stops it looking too flat. I think that's really nice. And that is pretty much the finished look, so nothing has changed on the eyes or the skin. I particularly love this eyeshadow with a fringe or bangs, as they say in America. I feel like just having that little kind of hit of pink colour poking through is really, really fun. You've got the nice kind of sheen on the skin from the Make Dew Pot, the bronzer one, and the Pinch of Colour Honey Stick. I just think it looks super fresh but modern. It feels like I'm wearing pink eyeshadow, but I'm not wearing pink eyeshadow, if you know what I mean. It doesn't kind of scream colour, and yet if I come up quite close, if my camera will zoom in, you'll see it's quite intense colour. But I feel like because there's nothing under my eye, just keeping the statement on the top keeps it looking really modern and really fresh. Yeah, what do you guys think? Will you be wearing pink eyelids? I'm just really enjoying this whole like getting out my comfort zone, trying new things and actually wearing it out for the day, and just really rediscovering the joy of makeup for myself, not just doing it on other people. So yeah, that is pretty much the finished look, guys. I hope you enjoyed that. I have written a blog post as well to go with this video, all about getting out of your comfort zone and trying new things. So I will link that down below as well. I'd love you to go and have a read of that. I would love it, as always, if you guys would subscribe. Follow me on Instagram at HarryMakesItUp, and I'll see you guys soon for more videos. Thanks so much, bye!